hours in, the hard work for this.
For all the people that have won one, it's the greatest accomplishment, and you never can take that away.
The trophy represents number one. That's what it's about.
That's it, coach.
Still a dream right now.
It looks so much better in person, too. Oh, man.
The Larry O'Brien Trophy is what the Pacers and Thunder are chasing tonight on ABC. Winning the title will put a bow on an incredible season for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA looking to become the first player since Shaq in 2000 to win the scoring title, the regular season MVP, and the NBA title in the same season. Speaking of putting a bow on the NBA season, I mean, what a way to do it. We are hours away from either the Thunder or Pacers being crowned the NBA champions. Our NBA analyst Quentin Richardson joins us, and Anscape's David Dennis Jr. joins us now. Q, we're going to start with you. You were looking for an aggressive SGA after having 8 turnovers in Game 6. How can he get after that Pacers defense early?
Man, Shai is one of the best guys at collecting himself after the game and a bad game and going and reevaluating the film and coming back and correcting his mistakes. So I expect him to come out extremely aggressive tonight because his team needs it. But I also expect him to take his time and not do things like this, trying to split double teams, having all of those turnovers. I expect him to be timely and patient out of double teams because they did a great job of hitting him on doubles like you're seeing here. But I expect that he went and looked at that film and he's going to come back a much better player. I expect Shai to have 30 to 40 points tonight, and he's going to be a major impact on that game.
Q, I'm with you, especially when you talk about how he has to come out the gate early, because we're in a unique situation in terms of pressure that this OKC team is facing. We're not just talking about a team that's looking at one of the big upsets in NBA history, expected to win this series, but in the arena, that crowd is going to be nervous even if the Thunder is up 8-10 points in that fourth quarter, because they know what they've seen from this Pacers team even in Game 1. They are coming, and they're not going to let you walk away with a win easily. Those last 2 minutes, they can steal Game 7, and everybody in OKC knows that. The Thunder know that. There's going to be some nervousness no matter what happens towards the end of the game. So SGA has to stabilize them and be poised even through that.
Because of the clutch shooting you mentioned from Game 1, Tyrese Haliburton, he's kind of become the face of this Pacers run. But if you look at the Finals MVP odds, it's SGA 1, Pascal Siakam 2. Q, what do the Pacers need from Siakam on the road to get the win tonight?
Listen, Siakam is just as important, if not more important, than Tyrese Haliburton. As you just said, he's been the leading scorer the whole season long. He's been their all-star. He's been their main go-to guy. He's been Mr. Consistency, especially when it comes to scoring points. So they need him first and foremost to be that first line of defense, to know that they're going to get 20 to 25 points out of him. Otherwise, it's going to be a very, very long night, because Pascal is the champion in that locker room. He's the guy who's been to where they're trying to get. He's won one with Toronto, so they're looking to follow his lead in that category.
Not only did he win one with Toronto, he closed out that series, Game 6, on the road in Oklahoma, in Golden State, 26-10. That's what he did, tied for the leading scorer in that series, in that game. He can do that tonight, and that's what they're going to need, because he is the veteran. He has got to be the guy that's got to quiet that team down when the crowd is going crazy, and he's got to do it on both sides. He's got to defend J-Dub. I liked what I saw with him on defense in Game 6, and he's got to be aggressive when SGA is on him, which they've been doing a lot in this series. When SGA's on him, he has been going at him, trying to tire out, try to get him in foul trouble. This could be the game where Siakam, if they win, he may steal Finals MVP from anybody else in that court.
Yeah, he's been really popping up. Pascal Siakam on OKC, Jalen Williams, also an MVP Finals favorite, as we've seen. But Game 7, it's now or never. Quick predictions. We're going to put you guys against the wall here, as we love to do. How will Game 7 be remembered, Q?
I got it being remembered like this season will be remembered. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP of the season, the scoring leader. I feel like he's going to do the same thing tonight. He's going to go out there and get the OKC Thunder between 30 to 40-plus points and lead them to the win and take home MVP of the Finals.
3 words.
The year of Shai.
All-time classic. We are looking at a classic series where the level of basketball has been so high throughout all of these games. We haven't seen ugly basketball. We've seen high execution. We've seen changes from game to game. We've seen adjustments. We've seen 40-point games. We've seen Siakam take Jalen Williams' soul with the all-time dunk last game. We've seen some incredible basketball, and I think this will be no different. I'm hoping for one of those last-second games that Indiana has given us all through the playoffs. Absolute classic Game 7.
Last time we had a Game 7, it was an all-time classic. Cavs Dubs 2016.
We don't
David, I know what David's
This is for you.
Oh, man.
But Q, David, stay hydrated. You guys are with us for the duration on SportsCenter as the NBA season is going down to the wire. Time now to state your case for Game 7 tonight. We are joined by Quentin Richardson and Enscape's David Dennis Jr. Full disclosure, three of us chatted yesterday. Q picked the Thunder to win Game 7. David, tired, picked the Pacers. So we know your pick. You're going with Indiana. Why will the Pacers win Game 7?
So as I keep thinking about what the advantages are in this series, I keep going back to the fact that the biggest advantage that either team has is Rick Carlisle as the coach of the Pacers.
Slick Rick.
He is coaching a master class right now, and he's dialing up everything he needs for these teams. When you look at the fact that they're in Game 6, what they did, they shortened the court and made that offense more difficult for the Pacers. What they did to make SGA tired in Game 3, the different ways that they are having the double teams for SGA, the way they're forcing turnovers, the fact that Games 3, Games 4, and Game 6, for the most part in those games, the Pacers have been the better team. They let 4 slip away, but they've been playing better for most of those games. Carlisle has the ability to dial something up in a one-game situation, whether he goes to the zone for a little bit, whether he does a few more of those traps, those schemes that I think can get them over the hump. Daigneault is just does not have the experience that Carlisle has. Carlisle, I think, is the X factor here that can help the Pacers get over this hump.
Yeah, no question. OKC's got to be feeling more pressure. Indiana has the momentum.
Yeah.
But Q, your pick, the Thunder, they have home court advantage in all-time in NBA Finals Game 7s. Home teams are 15-4. Q, we know you like the Thunder. Why do you?
Yeah, I can't argue with Double D. I love Tricky Ricky and what he be doing out there in the coaching box, and I know he gonna have something dialed up. But for me, the game gonna come down to the players, Double D. The players on the court gotta win the game, and traditionally all others play well and play better at home than they do on the road, and it's been no different in this series. I expect Chet to be the X factor tonight. Chet, Alex Caruso, X factors. I still feel like SGA gets you 30 to 40 points, and he's the best player on the floor on either team, and he shows why he's the MVP. But I still feel Chet and Caruso at home, that building will be an X factor, and those guys will benefit from it, and they will allow SGA to play more free because they will allow him not to be doubled as much because they will be playing that much better at home.
That home court, it will be an X factor, but they got to come out the gate strong. They got to have 23 to 8 or something like that out the gate, because if you're in that fourth quarter, and you're only up by 8 points or so, this is something that we're not used to with the number 1 seed and a team with that home court advantage. The Pacers can sneak on you. I was in that building in Game 1. I saw them steal that game. That nervousness that is in that crowd of the Pacers there, that is going to infect everybody. And you don't want to give Haliburton a sliver of hope to steal another game, especially a game like this.
I'm going off script here. I want both of your thoughts on this. Q, start with you. We would not want the referees to decide this game, right? If they swallow the whistle, who does that favor?
I think that definitely favors OKC at home. I think at home they're going to be more aggressive. They're going to be the initiator. They're going to start everything. And who hits first? That's what you got to do. You got to impose your will. And I feel like with them having that crowd at home, going crazy the way they are, they're going to be going. That's going to empower them.
Yeah, if the refs are swallowing that whistle, that allows them to be more physical with Haliburton. That allows Jordan, Caruso to do their thing, force those turnovers. That definitely would favor OKC.
Game 7 tonight. Our coverage starts with NBA Countdown 6 on ESPN. And then just stick with us the rest of the night. NBA history will be made. Boys, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Who will see their confetti fall tonight? The Thunder have controlled this series on their home floor at least, leading for 137 minutes. As for the Pacers, they haven't led for more than 3. Still, that didn't stop Indiana from stealing Game 1 thanks to Tyrese Haliburton game winner. Overall, OKC has won 10 of 12 at Paycom Center this postseason, and we're already winning. He played 8 of his 18 seasons with the Pacers. We are now joined by 6-time All-Star Jermaine O'Neal. All right, Jermaine, what's the biggest thing you're watching for early in this Game 7?
Well, first for OKC, I'm looking for SGA, to come out and be aggressive, right? He has to be able to set the tempo be aggressive offensively, looking for himself, set the table for others. Now he has to take care of the basketball. Coming off a career high 8 turnovers, he needs to have 6+ assists tonight for for OKC to have success. And for Indiana, obviously building off of what they did in Game 6, being aggressive defensively, spreading the ball. They've shown over really the span of the playoffs that their biggest impact is the strength is in the numbers offensively, right? They have 6 players that are averaging over double figures for the entire playoffs. They had 6 players in the last game that had double figures. I look for that to be the key for them tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of a big key that they have for tonight, you played under Rick Carlisle in Indianapolis. He's trying to win his 2nd NBA title as a head coach after winning with the Mavs in 2011. What impact could he have tonight?
Again, Coach Rick Carlisle has shown over and over again that he's one of the best coaches that we've seen in the game. I'm not sure why people don't talk a lot about him, but when given opportunity in days in between games like he's been given, he's been a genius so far. His in-game adjustments, his in-game strategies have been nothing but short of genius, and I look for that to be the same case tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of that genius adjustment that you were talking about, I mean, it helps when you have those guys on the bench. TJ McConnell has been absolutely fire. But it's all down to this, Jermaine, with the question that we have to ask on this Game 7 Sunday. Who wins?
Well, this is probably going to sound like I'm a homer, but I'm totally not. I think with the Pacers, they've been the underdog in every single round, and people have been counting them out, and they've shown time and time again, if they can control the pace offensively, defensively, if they can have that intensity tonight that they've had really throughout the playoffs, I think they have a chance of winning tonight. That's why I'm picking the Pacers.
And we have to ask you, Jermaine, you played for the Pacers. What would a title mean to them?
Everything. The city is an amazing city. They've been just really, almost begging for a championship over the years, and I couldn't think of a better place and a better city for this to happen for.
Yeah, they've been begging for it, and they've been fighting for it, too. That's Jermaine O'Neal on tonight's Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Jermaine, thank you.
Thank you.